On the sales side, we are trying to have as many competitors as possible. The more eyes on our listing, the better. The more people on our open houses, the better. Hey guys, Enes here, Whiteacre Properties. Welcome back to another episode of our REI for Beginners guide of this 12 video series. Today we're going to talk about how to sell your fix and flip for the highest price possible. Typically at this point in our project, right, once we purchase a property, renovate it, and we're ready to sell, we want to rush with it. I see a lot of investors cut corners at this time. They want to get paid, obviously. They're tired of this whole process. So rushing at this point, it's not a good idea. This is actually the time where you need to slow down and follow a sale process that's going to guarantee you the most on the sale price, which means the highest profit for this particular project. As an investor, obviously when we're buying property, we want as little competition as possible. And typically for us is we try to do direct mail and cold calling and try to reach out to a homeowner that hasn't listed on the MLS yet. That's how we find these leads where there's very few competitors going after them. Obviously we go sit down with them, give them a cash offer, and that's typically how we get the best price. Less competition actually equals good deals. Now on the sales side, we are trying to have as many competitors as possible, right? We want as many people to look at it. The more eyes on our listing, the better. The more people on our open houses, the better, because that's going to create more demand. That means a higher price for you guys and a higher profit. So keep that in mind. On the buy side, no competition is good. On the sales side, the more competition, the better. There are 6 easy steps that if you guys follow them, it's really gonna help you get the highest price for your fix and flip project. Number 1 is staging. Staging pretty much means working with a professional that they can bring furniture and accessories into this project and turn it into a nice home. Buyers, obviously, they're coming through the open house, they buy on emotions. When they see this project nicely renovated and they're gonna picture themselves in the house, they're gonna give you a higher offer, right? So that's why we always get a great return on investment when we spend money on staging. And typically staging is somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000, depending on how big the house is. But we are a big proponent of it. We do it every single time. Number 2, getting professional photography. Obviously, at this stage of the project, you want to get some nice professional photos. That's going to be your first impression with buyers. So definitely don't cut corners here. It doesn't cost a lot. I think we spent somewhere around $250 or $300 taking some really nice professional photography. And other than sharing it on the MLS, we also share it on our personal social media pages, right? So that helps with our brand and just showing everybody that follows us our nice projects. Number 3 is pricing the property less than what you think it's going to sell for. So when you price it right, you're just going to guarantee a lot of demand and a lot more people are going to show up for the open house. And that's exactly what you need to get a bidding war started. On the opposite side, if you price it high, you get less people at the open house, and most likely the property is going to sit and it's going to sit on the market for a while, which is going to hurt because you got this holding cost, right? And people are going to start thinking, why is this property sitting? What's wrong with it? And most likely they're going to give you a low offer, or you're going to be forced to drop the price. Guys, I want to make sure that you really pay attention to this step. It's definitely the most important out of the 6. I have this conversation actually with investors quite a bit where they think pricing it low, it's going to hurt them, it's going to penalize them, right? They think they're going to leave money on the table, and it definitely doesn't happen that way. I think for us, when we price it low, we get a lot of people to the open house, it creates this demand, and because of the supply and demand dynamics, we always get over asking price offers, and we always get these bidding wars which guarantee us the highest profits. Number 4 is posting the listing everywhere. This is pretty self-explanatory, and honestly, MLS will do this for you, right? It's once a listing agent is going to post on the MLS, property is going to go on Redfin and Zillow and Realtor.com, but also a good agent should be posting on social media and share the listing everywhere. Again, the goal is to get as many people to the open house as possible. That way, the open house is exciting and there's people bumping into each other, and it's exactly what you need. So making sure that the property shows on all the portals is very important. Number 5 is just having great signage. Obviously a for sale sign on the yard, but even other signs throughout the area, right? Making sure that neighbors know about the open house and making sure people know about it. Again, it goes back to the more people know about it, the more people you're gonna have at the open house. Sixth and final step is to have a successful open house. And by successful open house, all I mean is that the agent is there early, maybe even before starting the open house, they invite the neighbors in. If it's in the winter, have the heat turned on. In the summer, maybe have the AC turned on. So the goal is to make it as welcoming as possible. Have property flyers on the table, right? So you can share and answer any questions. Sometimes I know agents go as far as bringing cookies into the property and having that warm baked smell in the house. Obviously buyers are buying on emotions. So if they can see themselves in the house, if they feel good about it, they're gonna submit an offer. The more offers, the better for you as an investor, because that means that now you're gonna have multiple offers, typically translate into, higher profit. Guys, that's a wrap for today. Hopefully you find this valuable. These 6 steps are exactly what we at Whiteacre do with every single fix and flip project. Don't shortcut the process, because it's gonna guarantee that you make the highest possible profit for your project. Comment below. I really want to know if there's other steps and other things that you do for your projects on the listing side. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one.